Hello everybody, Average Gamer here. Welcome to another episode of MechWarrior Online. Let's talk! In this episode, trial mechs / trial maps / training maps. So right now, we have our 2x2 or 2x4, which is 2 mechs of each class of Inner Sphere and clans times 4. So 2 Inner Sphere, lights, 2 clan lights, etc., through heavies, assaults, and mediums. And those are the champion mechs. You can try them out in matches, take them into the Academy Bay, run them through the gauntlet, and all the other little things you can do, the horde mode that they have there and all that stuff, and try it all out. Get your own mechs, build them up, and try them out, stuff like that. But why don't we have the ability to try mechs that we don't own? For example, I don't have a Shadow Cat. There's the trial Shadow Cat, but I want to try one of the other ones. I want to try a Night Gyre. I don't have a Night Gyre. Actually, I got 6, but I want to try them because I don't own them, theoretically. But I can't. One thing I think they should do is, number 1, when a mech is released and put on sale, that month, one of them should be available as a trial. I think it's only fair. It's a new mech. Everyone wants to try it, right? If you try it, you're going to buy it, possibly, if it works out well. So, they already come out with the special edition one. So use it, right? Throw it in there. Why not? Try it. Let everyone try it. That's the first thing. The next thing I was thinking of: Armor Warfare, World of Tanks. Sorry, Armor Warfare and War Thunder. Now, the two of them both have the ability to grab a tank, run into an open map that spawns random enemies that just sit there, kind of like how our trial maps do. But you can take any tank in the game, any tank that is purchasable, no matter what, except for I think the premium ones. Take them into their trial, their training map, and run it around. Try it, play with it, see how it feels, see if you like it. We need something like that in MechWarrior. We need the ability to build up a mech, hit a test button, load up a test map. Doesn't need to even have, just like the maps are now. Forest Colony, whatever. Just pick a random one. Hell, one without any fucking... Take the 1v1 or the 2v2 maps that are unskinned. Just make it a huge cubed room with a whole bunch of mechs standing in front of you in line. And then get the ability to try out the mech, try out the build, and then when it's done, purchase the changes you've done to the mech. Or not, More times than not, I've dropped millions of dollars on the modifying of a mech, and it's come out to be not as efficient, not as good. It's more efficient, but it doesn't feel right. It's one of those things where you're looking at going, it's a good idea. I understand where I was going with this idea, but it just doesn't feel right. It's just my own abilities when it comes to, doing A instead of B. I'm trying to get myself to do one or the other, but I can't just do it for some reason. So I got to go to the other build. Well, look at that. I just dropped $2 million C-bills on something to try it for it not to work. So what I would like to see them do is have some sort of trial option where instead of having trial mechs, well, you can still do that too, but in the mech bay, I hit the button to design my mech. So we're going to go into it actually right now. We're going to go, let's go owned. Perfect. Oh, favorites. So here's all my mechs that are currently built and in my eyes optimized. You know what? I want to change one. Well, there's this guy right here. Well, let's go to the mech lab. expand this. So what can I do? Right, I got my Gauss, my four medium lasers. What do I want to do with this thing? Right? Do I want to swap out the 4 medium lasers and do 2 medium pulse? Do I want to swap out the Gauss and maybe throw on some missiles? You know, what do I want to do? Right? What are my ideas for this mech? Long story short, I do what I want to do with it. So say I decide, you know what, I'm going to throw an XL engine on this puppy. Well, I can throw on an XL 240. Boom. I'm sorry about this aspect ratio, by the way. This is for another video that I did. Or was going to do, but 1920 by 1080, I think that says. There we go. So I can go to XL 340. If I'm not mistaken, that makes me faster. Yeah. That brings me up to 79.5. Goes from 79.5, boom, to 100 kph. Right? Almost 20 kilometers an hour faster. It's pretty good. Not bad, right? That would have cost 5.4. Or no, sorry, $5.5 million. $5.5 million to upgrade the engine. Now, I'll upgrade the engine and notice I'm getting my right torso or my left torso destroyed tons of the time. I lose the one torso, I'm dead, I'm done. I realize, you know what? I want to go back to the standard engine. Well, guess what? I'm now out $5.5 million because of a test. I don't like it. You know, it's one of those things where I tried it, it didn't work. So what if I turn around and say, well, what if I did an XL 310? Why would that be outside of my... Let's say 320. Let 94.3, so that adds almost 20 kph still. XL 320, that gives me some extra tonnage. Look at that. Well, what if I dropped Faro? Okay, so this is going to cost me so far 5.2 plus the change there of 101, so almost 5.5 million again. Well, look at that. It only shared up this much tonnage, so you know what? I don't want it. It's one of those funny things where in the end it costs you money as a player. That's hard-earned C-bills. There has to be a way for you to be able to test this stuff before you spend it. You know, it's one of those things where I've been burnt way too many times on experimental builds. You know, saying I'm going to drop this medium laser and do this instead with it, or I'm going to drop this medium pulse and do this with it, and I want to do this or that, or swap this over and put in another heat sink, or take out this and put this in, or swap ammo A for ammo B, swap out guns A and B for C and D. You try it, it's not as good. And you're out money. A trial option. Please, 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 PGI. Please add in the option to try your mech before you save it. Just so we can optimize the effort we're putting into these mechs. There's nothing worse than blowing multiple millions of dollars of C-bills in an experiment that you think a mech is going to work because you're changing A or B on something, and in the end, it's useless. Same thing with modules. You try something with a module, you realize, oh my god, this thing is completely and utterly useless. To me, the way I play. I just blew through 3 million, 6 million, however many millions of C-bills buying something that's completely useless. So in the end, I trial mode. Fingers crossed. See you guys next time.